Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be going through some Ninjago Dragons Rising animation errors because there are quite a lot of them in the first half of the first season of Ninjago Dragons Rising. Now, animation mistakes and Ninjago kind of go hand in hand at this point. Throughout Ninjago's run, we have seen many animation mistakes, oftentimes creating very hilarious images, but oftentimes being super annoying to watch when you're actually watching Ninjago. Some animation mistakes happen at the worst possible time, and we've done a bunch of videos in the past going through a bunch of different ones that we've seen from Ninjago's earlier seasons, but now it is time to tackle Ninjago Dragons Rising. Like I said, Ninjago Dragons Rising does carry over a lot of animation mistakes that Ninjago has been known for years now, and I probably should specify before we get started that this video will not contain every single animation mistake in Dragons Rising Part 1, just some of the more notable ones and some that I personally enjoy for one reason or another. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's take a look at some animation mistakes in Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 1. So the first animation mistake that we are going to be discussing in today's video comes with this shot right here from Ninjago Dragons Rising Episode 1, where we see Jay flying towards the camera with his mech, and as you can see here, Jay does not have his freckles. Those famous freckles from Ninjago Season 8 onwards are nowhere to be found in this image right here. And also on this portrait right here of Jay from Ninjago Dragons Rising Episode 3, as you can see, his freckles are also nowhere to be found. Now, I'm not sure if Dragons Rising will do a slight design change for Jay and get rid of the freckles. I don't think they will, so I do believe this to be an animation mistake still. I bet when Jay shows up in maybe Dragons Rising Part 2, he will indeed have his freckles. Here we have a pretty interesting mistake coming from Ninjago Dragons Rising Episode 1. Eren's face completely changes in between shots. As you can see, he starts off the scene with his normal child face, the normal baby face, but then transitions into his teenage face, complete with the longer hair and the scars. So I guess Eren ages like 5 years within a split second or something. Either that or this is just another animation mistake. But this one is pretty distracting, and it's one that I noticed the first time when watching Ninjago Dragons Rising, just because Eren's child expression is so different from his teenage expression. It's hard not to notice that difference, especially when it happens so abruptly in a scene such as this. Here we have a pretty funny sequence where Lloyd and Wildfire are leading the assault from the dragons into Imperium. Now, Lloyd can be seen riding on a dragon, and behind him is Eren, as you can see in a couple of different shots here. Eren can be seen very clearly behind Lloyd. Now, that would not be a problem if Eren was actually in this scene, which he is not. Instead, Eren is somewhere else in Imperium right now, doing something completely different. In fact, the real Eren is currently running throughout Imperium, trying to find out where Ryu went. He actually does witness the dragon rampage firsthand, meaning that he could not be a part of it, unless he hopped on Lloyd's dragon, hopped off Lloyd's dragon, and then hopped back on Lloyd's dragon, which doesn't make any sense, and this was just simply an animation mistake, but it is a pretty funny one though, if I do say so myself. In a similar manner to Jay's freckles that we talked about earlier, Nia's mole also has a tendency to disappear and reappear without any warning. As you can see in this shot right here from Episode 1, she does not have her mole. Same deal with this shot from Episode 2. As you can see, that mole is still nowhere to be found. Seems like Nia's mole and Jay's freckles have a habit of disappearing and reappearing at will. I guess whenever they feel like appearing, they will appear. Here we have a pretty funny animation mistake. Eren's arm appears to be broken or dislocated. As you can see, it is not in the correct placement on his body. Something like Lloyd or Sora, that is how the arm should look on the body. With Eren, I don't know what's going on there, but it's pulled forward to an insane degree. It honestly looks pretty painful. Maybe that's why he's so angry in this scene. Who's to say? Here we have a pretty funny instance of a Ninjago Dragons Rising animation mistake. This comes courtesy of the Korean dub episode of Ninjago Dragons Rising Episode 1. As you can see, towards the very end of the episode, Lloyd suddenly changes into his Ninjago core outfit. Now, he did not have his Ninjago Dragons Rising outfit prior to this. That was from the English version. Instead, for some reason, the Korean episode ends with Lloyd showing up in his core outfit, which was not found on the English version, so I have no idea why they made this change. I have no idea what constituted this decision, or if this is just some random animation animation mistake. Maybe they decided to release the error version for the Korean dub, while the finalized version was kept for the English release. I have no idea what went on here. Your guess is as good as mine, but it is a pretty funny difference though. Here we have another instance of Aaron's arms doing some weird things. As you can see right here, Aaron's arm is clipping into the side of his body. That also looks extremely painful. Aaron should probably head to the doctor, maybe get some type of checkup, because that just looks gross. Here we have something pretty funny. Nia's outfit constantly changes during this sequence between her Ninjago core outfit and her Ninjago Dragons Rising outfit. This of course comes from the flashback where she meets up with Kai for the first time following the merge, but as you can see, we have the Ninjago core outfit, then it transitions into the Dragons Rising outfit, and then back to the Ninjago core outfit without any explanation. And this is just the classic case of the ninja constantly having the wrong suit. We've seen that go on throughout several points over Ninjago's run, but it's kind of heartwarming that this mistake is still alive and well in 2023 in the most recent Ninjago season. It's a very classic thing for Ninjago to do, and I can't imagine Ninjago without mistakes like this. Aaron isn't the only one whose arms love to cause mayhem. Here we have Lloyd's hands clipping into each other as well. I think it's supposed to be like Lloyd's hand is behind the other one right here, but instead, as you can see, that hand is just stabbing through the other hand. Again, looks fairly painful. I don't know what the deal is with Dragons Rising and limbs clipping through other body parts, but it's just, ugh, I don't like that at all. Here we have a pretty interesting mistake coming from episode 2 of Dragons Rising. When Sora pops out of the train, as you can see, she has her scarf or armor, whatever you want to call it, and in the very next shot, it is nowhere to be found. Again, just a very simple animation mistake. The top half of Sora's mask is nowhere to be found, but the bottom half is very visible. So again, animation mistake. It's pretty interesting and it's pretty hard to catch because it only happens for a split second, but it is pretty noticeable if you have an eagle eye. So with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. That's pretty much all we have time for. Those have been some various animation mistakes that can be found in Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 1, and I imagine once Part 2 comes out, I will definitely be doing a follow-up video tackling a lot of animation mistakes that can be found in that part as well. Like I said, it's pretty awesome to see that Ninjago still has animation mistakes. Some people might consider that to be pretty unprofessional, but I feel like it's all part of the charm of Ninjago at the end of the day. Like I said, animation mistakes are a classic trope of Ninjago as we know it, and I'm glad that Ninjago Dragons Rising is carrying over this tradition. So with that being said, feel free to leave a comment down below discussing which of these animation mistakes you find to be the funniest or the most distracting, and how many of these mistakes did you notice when watching Ninjago Dragons Rising? Leave all your thoughts down below, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.